his desk.
And the House stands adjourned, sine die, pending the receipt of messages, signing of bills and resolutions, and completion of administrative tasks.
Lawmakers leave town Tuesday with one big unknown still in the air. What will Governor Abbott do to Senate Bill 3, a statewide ban on THC products, making it a felony charge for possession?
These products are increasing our homelessness crisis, our crime crisis, our mental illness crisis, our suicide crisis.
On one side stands advocates like Aubrey Adams, who moved her son out of Colorado to get away from cannabis products. He has addiction issues, she says, and now lives in Texas, a state with thousands of retail stores opened after a 2019 law.
It is a very, very horrible experience to witness your loved one in cannabis psychosis and to see them suffer.
She supports Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who, as leader of the Texas Senate, convinced lawmakers to pass the ban.
Would you buy anything off the shelf that you didn't know what was in it? That could change your whole mental state for the rest of your life? Would you want that?
So that's a little bit of the modern day reefer madness that you'll be hearing about the plant in 2025. And those are the types of people that are pushing for these bans against the good herb. And in past episodes, we showed you guys a little bit of the crazy stuff that they were saying, and we'll show you guys a bit more later on in the episode. But for now, it's all up to Governor Abbott to determine whether he's going to sign that bill into law. Now, it's really interesting because there's a catch. Governor Abbott could either sign that bill into law, he can veto it, or he can do nothing and it'll automatically become law.
The 89th legislative session ended earlier today. Many priority Republican bills cleared the House and Senate, including a total ban on recreational legal THC. But there is pressure on Governor Abbott to veto that bill. Fox 4's Stephen Dial in the newsroom to explain what happens next. Stephen.
With the session officially over, the clock starts for Governor Abbott to sign or veto Senate Bill 3. Abbott could also let the clock run out and let the bill become law without his signature. Today, we saw dueling press conferences over Senate Bill 3. The bill would ban consumable THC, but will not impact the limited medical THC program. A group of veterans and hemp farmers spoke this morning, urging Governor Abbott to veto the bill. The group also delivered boxes of petitions from people who want Abbott to veto the bill. Some veterans say that it has provided them a better medical solution than pills.
He says hemp is dangerous. He says we need to crack down, but what he's really saying is that veterans like me don't deserve relief unless it comes with a prescription pad and a pill bottle. That is shameful, that is reckless, and it is un-American.
That veteran is responding to comments that Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick made last week. This afternoon, a group of doctors, veterans, and lawmakers held a press conference in support of the bill. They echoed the Lieutenant Governor's comments last week, saying that the products are dangerous. Listen to what State Representative David Lowe, who is a veteran himself, said about the topic.
It doesn't heal. It numbs the symptoms, gives false comfort, and delays the real work of recovery. That's why I'm deeply troubled that veterans are being used as props to push unregulated THC.
I reached out to the governor's office to see if he had an updated statement. His press secretary told me that there was no update beyond the statement that he released last week, which did not give an opinion about the bill, as it has 20 days to sign or veto this specific bill.
So if he does nothing, after 20 days, it'll automatically become law. And a lot of people think that that's something that may happen. It may become law one way or the other. So a lot of people are trying to get him to veto that bill. But it's really difficult. You guys can see there are a lot of people against the bill, but there are also a lot of people in support of the bill. And a lot of people in support of the bill, if you follow that money, it may lead back to big pharma or to big alcohol. Who knows? But we did hear him say in that clip that Lieutenant Dan Patrick and doctors turned up at the press conference to rally against the bill. And it feels like it's no surprise that the doctors, the ones who actually prescribe a lot of these opioids and make money off of it, do not want a natural substance to be passed or have people self-medicating.
Good afternoon. My name is Christine. Until 2 years ago, I knew nothing about THC. Then we got the phone call that changed everything. My son did not start using THC until after college graduation at the age of 22.